Hello everyone and welcome back to another video by EonTalk. As always, I'm your host Ian, and today I have an updated video of an older content from a few years back. My previous content on best Korean thrillers was uploaded over 4 years ago, and thus it's about time to get an updated list. And so, today I'll be introducing to you 10 more Korean thrillers that are a must-watch that I'm sure you'll have a great time watching. I also made an updated video on top 10 Korean comedies as well, so be sure to check that out as well. Before getting into today's list, I'd like to remind you that as always with all of my listicle videos, the ranking will be based on my personal taste. Thus, if you have differing views, you can respectfully leave those in the comments down below. Also, movies that were mentioned in the previous video were not included in today's list. Therefore, if you haven't watched the previous Best Korean Thrillers video, I suggest watching that as well to get even more recommendations. Okay then, that being said, let's get right into today's video on Top 10 Korean Thrillers. Starting off the list, the number 10 movie is a relatively recently released film, Emergency Declaration. Emergency Declaration was directed by Han Jae-rim, who also directed The King and The Face Reader, as well as the recently released Netflix original series The 8 Show. Emergency Declaration had one of the most stunning casts, including Song Kang-ho, Lee Byung-hun, Chun Do-yeon, Kim Nam-gil, Im Si-wan, Kim So-jin, and Park Hae-jun. The film was released during the COVID-19 pandemic and thus gave even greater fear to the audience with its narrative. In the film, while investigating a terrorist threat that goes online, Korean authorities discover that a suspect has recently boarded a flight bound for the US. When a healthy passenger on the same plane suddenly dies, panic erupts both in flight and on the ground. With steadily decreasing fuel and international refusals to offer aid, the captain and the crew take unprecedented emergency measures to save the lives of all on board. Next, the number 9 film is the 2018 release thriller, The Witness. Directed by Cho Gyu-jang, who also directed Mood of the Day, The Witness saw the likes of Lee Sung-min, Kim Sang-ho, Jin Kyung, and Kwak Si-yang starring in the film. The movie is a mystery thriller that keeps you guessing and keeps a suspenseful pace. In The Witness, protagonist Sang-hoon goes out to his apartment balcony following a loud scream to see what is happening outside. There, he witnesses a murder and tries to report it to the police. However, soon after, Sang-hoon becomes a secondary victim as he becomes the next target of the murderer. Moving on to the number 8 spot, the number 8 movie goes to the 2013 film Hide and Seek. Directed by Ho Jung, who also directed The Mimic, Hide and Seek starred the likes of Son Yeon-ju, Moon Jung-hee, and the late Chun Mi-sun. What made Hide and Seek even more chilling was the fact that it was partially based on true events and makes you think of what could happen IRL. Starting in December of 2009, residents of apartments and studios in Korea started finding odd symbols and shapes written on their doorbells, which became the motive for the film. In Hide and Seek, successful businessman Sung-soo discovers strange codes at his missing brother's apartment, leading to an encounter with Chu-hee, who suspects someone is infiltrating her home. As Sung-soo uncovers similar codes near his own doorbell, a shocking truth emerges, sparking a frantic battle to protect their families. At number 7, we have the film that released last year, Unlocked. Directed by Kim Tae-jun, Unlocked was a surprise as I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. However, looking back, I don't know why I doubted it, as the film starred the likes of Chun Woo-hee, Im Si-wan, and Kim Hee-won, all stunning actors. The movie was released exclusively on Netflix, which made it highly accessible to the global audience. In Unlocked, office worker Nami loses her smartphone only for it to be found by Junyoung. However, Junyoung installs spyware on the smartphone before returning it to its rightful owner. Through this, Junyoung infiltrates Nami's life while hiding his identity. Meanwhile, Detective Jiman suspects Junyoung's involvement in a murder case. Nami's once ordinary life crumbles as the consequences of a simple accident like losing her smartphone results in unthinkable tragedy. Moving along, at number 6, we have another Netflix release film, the 2020 thriller The Call. Directed by Lee Chung-hyun, who also directed another Netflix exclusive film, Ballerina, The Call saw the leads Park Shin-hye and Chun Jung-seo carry the film. The casting was superb with this one, as Chun Jong-seo's acting was chillingly good. Fun fact, Chung Jong-seo and the director, Lee Chung-hyun, are currently dating and actually met and started dating after this film. In the film, Seoyeon returns home and connects an old landline phone. This leads her to a call with a stranger named Young-suk. However, what's shocking is that she discovers that Young-suk lived in the same house 20 years ago. This kicks off their friendship, and one day, they make risky decisions that change each other's lives. Young-suk saves Seoyeon's father, who died 20 years ago, while Seoyeon reveals Young-suk's future. However, when Young-suk learns of her horrifying fate, she starts threatening Seoyeon, leading to unforeseen consequences. A single call breaks taboo, awakening a killer. Before moving into the top 5, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to ExpressVPN. If you would like to access Korean movies through streaming services, I highly suggest using ExpressVPN to connect to servers from other locations and gain access to thousands of more content. By using ExpressVPN, you can bypass your restrictions, meaning you can be from anywhere around the world and access the Korean and other countries' servers. If you would like to access more Korean content like movies, dramas, and shows, be sure to sign up for ExpressVPN using my link in the descriptions or expressvpn.com/EonTalk and get 49% off an annual plan plus 3 extra months for free. Better yet, if you sign up and don't like the service, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, meaning you can cancel anytime within the first 30 days. And now the top 5. Starting off the top 5, the number 5 movie is the 2021 release film, Midnight. This movie was directed by Kwon Oh-seung, who made his feature film directorial debut with Midnight and starred Shin Gi-ju, Ri Ah-jun, Park Kun, Kim Hae-yeon, and Kim Hae-yoon. The film utilized sounds extremely well, and the auditory elements were what really enhanced the suspense. In Midnight, protagonist Kyung-mi suddenly becomes the target of a serial killer after witnessing him stabbing another woman. The number 4 movie goes to the 2013 release thriller, The Terror Life. The Terror Life was directed by Kim Byung-woo, who also directed PMC The Bunker aka Take Point, and had great performances by Ha Jong-woo, Lee Kyung-young, and Chun Hae-jin. The movie really places you in the scenes, as it's very good at grabbing your attention and holding on to it. In the movie, after a scandal pushes TV anchor Yoon Young-hwa to radio, he receives a call threatening an explosion. Witnessing a bridge blast, he suspects terrorism. Offered a return to TV, he broadcasts his conversation with a terrorist who demands ransom and an apology, and as events unfold, Young-hwa discovers a bomb in his earpiece. Coming in at number 3 of my list of top Korean thriller movies is the newest movie on this list, Following. Following was directed by Kim Se-wi, who had her feature film directorial debut with this movie. Starring Byun Yo-hwan, Shin Hae-sun, and Il, Following was a pleasant surprise. Maybe because I didn't have much expectation for the film when going into it, but it really caught me off guard by how good it was. Being a mystery thriller, it not only has good moments of suspense, but also keeps you guessing and trying to solve the mystery of the plot. Real estate agent Gu Jung-tae has an unusual hobby, observing others' lives. He becomes intrigued by Han Sora, a popular online influencer, and one day, after months of observation, finds Sora dead in her apartment. Panic sets in when he starts receiving anonymous threats from someone who knows about his secret. Now, Jung-tae must unravel the mystery himself to find the real killer before it's too late. And now just 2 movies left, the top 2 thrillers of Korean cinema. First, the number 2 film is a 2019 released action thriller, The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil. Directed by Lee Won-tae, whose other most recent works include The Devil's Deal, The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil is full of action, suspense, and sprinkles of humor. Starring Ma Dong-seok aka Don Lee, Kim Woo-yeol, and Kim Sung-gyu, The Gangster, the Cop, the Devil is a must-watch if you love the crime, action, gangster thriller genre. In the movie, after narrowly surviving an encounter with a serial killer, gang boss Chang Dong-soo and relentless cop Chung Tae-seok become unlikely allies to capture the elusive killer known as K. With one target and one rule, catch the bad guy first or lose it all, their uneasy partnership forms the backbone of their pursuit. And finally, the number 1 Korean thriller film, the number 1 spot goes to the 2016 film Train to Busan. If you're into Korean movies, I'm sure you've heard of Train to Busan. It's regarded as one of the best thriller zombie films of not only Korean cinema, but of all time by many. Directed by Yeon Sang-ho, who also did the Netflix series Hellbound, Train to Busan featured the likes of Gong Yoo, Chung Yoo-mi, Ma Dong-seok, Kim Soo-wan, Kim Hee-sung, Choi Woo-sik, and An So-hee. It'd be safe to say that this is the film that kicked off the quote-unquote zombie movie series craze in the Korean entertainment scene, and rightfully so, as it's full of jaw-dropping suspense. In Train to Busan, a workaholic father, Seo-gu, and his daughter, Soo-an, board a high-speed train from Seoul to Busan. However, little do they know that their journey will soon turn into a fight for survival. A mysterious virus outbreak unleashes chaos on the train, turning passengers into ravenous zombies. With the infection spreading rapidly, Seo-gu must navigate through the confined spaces of the train, protect his daughter, and unite with other survivors to reach safety in the city of Busan. And that's it for today's video on Top 10 Korean Thrillers. Some films that you believe should have made it on the list may not have been included, but please remember that this list was based on my personal recommendations. Nonetheless, I'd love to hear which movies you believe are deserving of the title Top Korean Thrillers, as well as movies on this list that you've seen and enjoyed, so please leave a comment or join in on the discussions on the EonTalk Telegram group, linked in the descriptions. If you enjoyed this video and would like more similar content, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to sign up for ExpressVPN with my link to access more Korean movies and dramas. Once again, thank you to everyone that watched till the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one.